Jane McGonigal, like myself, is a video game enthusiast. She believes that by playing more video games, we can actually benefit as a human being race, and we can actually make the world a better place by solving real world problems all through playing video games. I took a quick snippet of her video that you will now see.
If we want to solve problems like hunger, poverty, climate change, global conflict, obesity, I believe that we need to aspire to play games online for at least 21 billion hours a week by the end of the next decade. No, I'm serious.
Mr. Robbins is one of the few people in the world that can easily manipulate your
Open up all
mind.
the way. Put your hand up a little bit higher, but watch it close there, Joe. See, if I did it slowly, it'd be back on your shoulder. Joe, we're going to keep doing this till you catch it. You're going to get it eventually. I have faith in you. Squeeze firm. Squeeze. You're human. You're not slow. It's back on your shoulder. You were focused on your hand. That's why you were distracted. While you were watching this, I couldn't quite get your watch off. It was difficult. Yet you had something inside your front pocket. Do you remember what it was?
Money?
Check your pocket. See if it's still there. Is it still there? Oh, that's where it was. Go ahead and put it away. We're just shopping. This trick's more about the timing, really. I'm going to try to push it inside your hand. Put your other hand on top for me, would you? It's amazingly obvious now, isn't it? It looks a lot like the watch I was wearing, doesn't it? Now, if you're watching this little token, this obviously has become a little target. It's like a red herring. If we watch this kind of close, it looks like it goes away. It's not back on your shoulder. It falls out of the air, lands right back in the hand. Did you see it go? It's funny. Got a little guy, he's union. He works up there all day.
Thomas is very passionate about creating apps and likes more people to follow in his footsteps.
A lot of people ask me, how did I make these? A lot of times it's because the person who asked the question wants to make an app also. A lot of kids these days like to play games, but now they want to make them. And it's difficult because not many kids know where to go to find out how to make a program.
I chose these 3 TED Talks because not only were they inspirational, but they used a lot of techniques that were the same. From Jane making the crowd snicker or remark, to Robbins getting the crowd involved. Even to Thomas, making them think about ideas and to get them to laugh and remark. These are all great examples to me. They use humor, visualization, statistics. They all got the crowd involved in some way or form. They demonstrate what they are trying to convey. They tell stories, share ideas, show their passion and experience. And they also all stay on topic. The last one's really important. Jane can get the crowd to remark and chuckle at some of her points she made about playing more games, even though it's a fairly uncommon belief. Robbins gets the crowd fascinated and shows them that you can alter someone's reality by making them focus on something while he does something else in the background, the common misdirection. Thomas makes the crowd laugh by saying that the kids are smarter than most teachers, but my favorite is Robbins. He not only tells the crowd to do multiple things, but he also says that he has been a pickpocket for a better cause, I would say. He tells us a small bit about his background, which is a good show for stories, but the real story lies in the way he does his demonstration. He never once lost his focus on the message he was trying to convey, all the while incorporating humor into his act. Also, Jane goes on to state that 4 things that gamers are good at. She believes that gamers are really good at urgent optimism. She believes that we are good at social fabric and blissful creativity. And she also believes that we are good at epic meaning. She gives one a good example of social fabric. As many people at Full Sail will know, networking is key. But she goes on to explain that social fabric for gamers is that we tend to like people better after we play with them, whether it be that we won dramatically or lost dramatically. She then proceeds to tell a story, and I will try to remake that story as best I can for you. She goes on to talk about a person named Herodotus who invented a game or a dice game in the kingdom of Lydia in a time of famine. She also stated that one day that they would eat, since they had little food, they would only eat one day, and the very next game they would play games. And they survived like this for 18 years. This shows a good example of using games to escape real-life struggles. After 18 years, the famine was not lifted, so the king played one last game of dice and split up the country. And the winner of that game of dice would be able to go on an epic journey to go to a new place, leaving enough resources for the other peoples to live and survive Now, let's be honest. How many of you expected a presentation like Robbins gave to get that in depth with something with that much focus? To me, Thomas's was very inspirational because at such a young age, he had such a high success. He created successful apps, and he's also putting together clubs for other kids to come and put together apps. And he's also resourcing for the teachers and other third parties out there for these apps that he's creating. In conclusion, I've learned a lot from these 3 TED Talks that I've watched. I've learned a lot about presentation skills and how to inspire people.